Hi, I'm Dr. Rajani, and today we're talking about beauty, and can beauty be measured? That's the question. The simple answer is yes, it can. From a mathematical point of view, in terms of dimensions of the face, distances between the eyes and the lips and the lips and the chin, and projections, you can measure beauty. There is a common ground. We all know beauty comes from within, but just mathematically looking at a face, can we tell one face can be more beautiful or perceived in a common perception of beauty? And the answer is yes. And this came about because we were talking about Restylane Silk, and we were talking about lips and how the bottom lip should be bigger than the top lip to a ratio of 1.61 to 1, or the golden ratio. And I often get asked this on the cheek region. So when we're lifting and raising the cheek where people lose a lot of volume, the question becomes, can the cheek be too wide, and does it make the eyes look closer together? And what dimensions can we accept? And we commonly use this device. Not sure if you can see it. It's a caliper that maintains a 1.6 to 1, 1.6 to 1 ratio no matter how you open and close it. And I'll show you a close-up of that. But we use that to measure dimensions around the face, and I'll show you a few. We'll go to a few slides now, and I'll show you a few dimensions that we commonly use to measure beauty and to measure the dimensions we're trying to create when we add filler and we use neurotoxin. So we're going to use this face to demonstrate a few lines and proportions that we use. Now, patients forget what they look like, and they're very scared to add volume or change dimensions or angles. And so it's nice to measure, to be able to demonstrate to them that you know what a natural look would be, and that beauty certainly is mathematical. We'll use some lines such as the slide coming up, which is showing the lip lines. And a lot of people come in for lip filler and they're scared to look unusual or overdone. And when you measure, and you can demonstrate to them that we want the lower lip to be larger than the top lip to dimension 1.61 to 1, they understand that we know aesthetic beauty. Now, Da Vinci also used this as a way to create balance and harmony in his paintings and drawings. And if you ever have a chance to go to the Da Vinci Museum in Venice, if you take a sharp left when you first walk in, there's a multitude of paintings and demonstrations in which uses this golden ratio or divine proportion, but measuring it in our patients is very nice. Now here's another way to use it. If you measure from the center of the eyes to the center of the lip to the chin, it gives you a great idea of the length of the face. So when you're adding volume or filler to a certain area, such as the chin or the mental hollow, which most females need because of the mental losing bone and bone resorption. If you want to augment the chin either anteriorly or create more length, this gives you a guide by measuring this to say, can I do this and create balance and harmony in the face? And it's wonderful. It becomes very fun because as we measure in different patients, we look at different tolerances, and certainly there's an artistic element to this as well. Now, mathematically, I use this one a lot because a lot of what we do is recreating or filling cheeks. It's become very popular because it lifts the face, the jowls, and it adds a very youthful look. It's a home run procedure, and I believe using collagen stimulators, it actually keeps the face lifted and it prevents the descent of tissues. And here you can look how we measure the lines. Again, 1.61 to 1 is a divine proportion, the golden ratio, and it tells us and our patients how wide and high we can go with the cheeks, yet keeping a very beautiful look. And that line between B and C, those inner eyes, is a very stable component even with bone resorption. Now here's one that doesn't involve the divine proportion, but I like it because we often want to say, well, do we want to create lips that are wider, a wider mouth, or a more narrow mouth? And if we take these lines from the inner pupil, draw a straight line down, it gives us a great guide to see if we can create a wider mouth and keeping harmony, but you have to also measure another element here, which is the width of the masseters, because if the masseters are wider, you can accept a wider mouth look. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a way to get you to think about these proportions. I have a lot of fun with this in my practice. My patients like it, and it reassures them they know we're paying attention. More to come, and we'll now go to the rest of the video. So that gives you an idea of just a few of the many dimensions that you can measure to create beauty, to create lines, and to create angles when doing fillers, and to create a nice, natural, progressive look. Thanks for joining me today. Join me on this YouTube channel or on Facebook for continued helpful tips. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.